Good afternoon, team.
Afternoon.
Thank you for your attendance. We've called this meeting today to finalise and close the project for Max Lionel Realty on continuous improvement. We have a few processes to go through before we can consider this project closed. We will start with the budget variation report. If you'd just like to have a look there, Max.
Thank you.
Our project spend was set at $15,000 and the actual spend was $15,454.93, which is just over a 3% variation, making a total overrun of $454.13. This had a low financial impact as we had allowed a contingency budget of plus 10%. Our next process is to sign off on project roles and commence our previous roles prior to the project start. If we can all sign this document, please.
It's fine.
I would now like to discuss the post-project review findings before we commence handover. The brief overview of the project was to provide agents knowledge of legal legislation and ethical obligations, promote high standards of conduct and promote MLR's commitments. The review findings by the team is the expectation of this project was to establish and inform agents of relevant legislations and ethical requirements for work health and safety, anti-discrimination legislation and codes of conduct relative to the REEV Code of Conduct. We've achieved acceptance of buy-in and knowledge of MLR's commitments and ACE consultants to project manage to achieve the objectives. The overview by myself, the project manager, we commenced on the 2nd of November 2018 and completed on schedule for project end 14th of December 2018 as requested. We have managed to implement all our clients' goals and objectives and deliverables. This did not, as previously mentioned, we were slightly over budget of 3%, but this did not have much of a financial impact as we had the contingency of plus 10%. We've measured our success criteria by obtaining client buy-in, raised organisational profile by 20% and improved client satisfaction by 25%. A successful project by all involved. What we found worked as a team. We've worked well together and have supported one another through this project. Project was well planned and went to schedule. Risk management had planned contingencies in place. Issues were handled correctly according to company policy and procedures. Project methodology was implemented using appropriate project management structures. For example, the triple constraint, scope, cost, time, and templates, ensuring all points were covered. What we could have done better? An increased budget would have allowed for a more detailed project to be implemented, allowing more resources. We could plan for a mid-project lesson learned session to motivate team and improve moving forward. We could also make sure all stakeholders are available for meetings to allow for all ideas to be implemented into the project successfully. We've wanted to achieve the highest returns for our client and deliver the client experience that is second to none in the industry. We've implemented a program to build customer goodwill and satisfy legal and ethical obligations. This will be achieved by instilling the relevant legislations. An agreed change to the project objective was to provide full training in professional conduct and awareness of legal ethical obligations to all agents by project end date. The issue and risk summary was difficulty with training schedule instilling a low level of staff engagement. Another issue was the brochure printing completed 2 days earlier, but this was a low risk to the project plan. Our lessons learned: we've gained an understanding of the importance of successful planning at the initiation stage of the project. The project scope has a significant effect on the entire project in all aspects of implementation and management of the project. Recommended improvements: it is recommended to effectively communicate with all stakeholders, review budget constraints in more detail at project initiation phase, and allow for contingency managed project changes. Are all stakeholders happy with the outcome of the project and the way it was achieved?
Yes, well done. Overall, a successful project.
Thank you, Max. If you'd like to view the handover report and the
Thank you.
points that we've just covered in the completion report, if you could now sign off on the reports as your acceptance.
Thank you.
Thank you, Max.
I'd like to do business with you again in the future.
Thank you. That would be great.
Thank you.
Let's organise a lunch with the team and celebrate.
That'd be great.